Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bracket Fantasy Sports Cards. This is your recap for Week 9 of the Fantasy Rip League season. Going into Week 10, we had a really successful Week 9. A lot of cool games. What was your favorite game, Jeff?
Cardinals in Miami.
That game was insanely good. Watching Kyler come out, be the number one quarterback overall, had a great game. Came down to the wire. Zane Gonzalez blew it at the end, but...
And then the San Diego Chargers just keep getting their heart broken on the last play there.
Yeah, Justin Herbert has not lost a game by more than one score so far. This Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, Los Angeles.
I still do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it with the Raiders too, and I probably will for a few more seasons. But yeah, that game was insane. Yeah, Justin Herbert going lights out, but still can't win a game. I think he's only won one game and lost all the other ones by one score. Insane. All right, let's go over some of the matchups. We got a win in Week 9 by default. So Falk Rips forfeited, wasn't able to make a video for this week. So we win, which is good because we only scored 122.02 points with our 2020 Donruss Mega Box. Had two parallels that we were able to play, DeAndre Swift and Darren Waller. They did all right, but we only had one mem card that was playable, and it wasn't actually playable. He didn't do anything for Brian Edwards. So 122.02, we did get the win, though, and the points just count towards our overall scores. Second lineup was JPN Sports Cards with a 2020 Mosaic Hanger and two cellos against DeBuffman 17 with his 2020 Absolute Mega Box. And DeBuffman came out on top, pulled the win out with his 5 multipliers, had a nice Clyde Edwards-Helaire times 4 for 43 points, and Deshaun Watson times 2 for 48. So had a couple good multipliers there. Ended up with 165.68 points against JPN's 105.48, who had a Justin Herbert times 2, which is always good. Got 46 points out of that, but didn't clear the win. So JPN drops to 5-4. DeBuffman going up to 6-3 on the year. Next matchup, House of Cards with his 2020 Absolute Mega Box against Derb Sports Talking Cards with his 2020 Phoenix Hobby Box. A lot of fire coming out of there. I would have thought going into the week that this was going to be the top score. It was not, but it was close and good enough for the win. So Derb moving to 4-4, winning with 191.46 over House of Cards 104.96. Top player for Derb was the Clyde Edwards-Helaire times 6 for 65.4 points. Not a bad card to pull. Next matchup, Spurs Cards 21 with his boombox. He had the top score overall and the top 2 players against Hendo's Hobbies with 2020 Donruss Mega Box. Spurs Cards moving to 3-5 on the year with his dominant win, 140 points over Hendo. He got 310.98 to 170.44. And top card player of the week was Kyler Murray, memorabilia card times 4. Kyler Murray was the number 1 quarterback overall, and 151.68 points for that. Yeah,
That's
not bad.
Crazy.
Yeah, and a really cool Gabriel Davis pen pals times 6 for 90 points. Gabriel Davis had a touchdown and some yardage, so in that crazy game, that crazy Buffalo game, which was really great. So Spurs Cards moves to 3-5. Hendo's Hobbies moves to 5-4. And Card Dojo was on bye. So here's a look at the new league standings. Yours truly, Bracket Fantasy Sports Cards, moving into its rightful place at number 1. It would be a shame to create this league and then not win it. So we are hoping to come out on top. But first place doesn't really mean a whole lot before playoffs. And it's still kind of anyone's game. Very bottom spot is 3-5. It's a 4-way tie for last. So still anyone's game, anyone's league. So there you go. That is the league standings. And you know what that sound means. It is time for bold predictions. So let's recap what we did in week 9. Let's start with yours, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Let's start with Tyler Lockett, top 5. Finished just a bit outside that.
62nd overall.
Just a little.
Just a bit outside. Yeah, 62nd overall with a whole lot of players I'd never heard of finishing ahead of him. But that's just how that game went. You also had Indianapolis defeating Baltimore.
And Phillip Rivers never bet on Phillip Rivers helping you.
Oh, God, no. You can bet against him, but don't bet on him. Indianapolis scored 10 in that game. Baltimore won with 24 points. And then you had Deshaun Watson finishing as a top 10 quarterback, and he actually did. He finished 9th overall.
1 out of 3
in our league. So, yeah, not bad. 1 out of 3. That was your shotgun technique, right? Just spray it. And
I tell you
hit.
this, though, guys. I made that bold prediction, and I played Deshaun Watson. That's how confident I am in myself.
Did you play Tyler Lockett?
I don't have Tyler Lockett. But if I did, I would have played him and would have ate that one.
Okay, here's the crushing defeat for this was so bad. I was 2 in a row going into this week, and I just missed my bold prediction this week. I had Teddy Bridgewater finishing as a higher ranked quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, and it was so close. He finished with 2.5 less points. So it was really close. I think they were separated by 1 or 2 in the rankings, but it was so close, and Carolina almost won that game. I should have 3 in a row, but I lost that one. So going into this week, though, I got another pretty bold prediction here. In the Los Angeles Chargers at Miami Dolphins game, I've got Justin Herbert, and Tua Tagovailoa both finishing as top 15 quarterbacks. And that game total score is going to be over 60.
Wow.
That is my bold prediction for this week. Jeff, what do you got?
I've got something crazy. The New York Giants beat the Philadelphia Eagles to take first in that terrible, terrible division. And Daniel Jones finishes as a top 15 quarterback.
I mean, New York over Philly is not that crazy, but Daniel Jones is a top 15.
That is crazy.
It is crazy. But, yeah, those are our bold predictions for this week. Oh, yeah. So we got to go over our lineup. I went out of order this. We filmed another video, and I got confused. So this is our lineup for Week 10 from our Mega Box of 2020 Absolute. Completely forgot to go over this. At quarterback, we're going to play Lamar Jackson ×2. Got a nice red parallel there. We've got Nick Chubb, who is supposed to be returning this week. And we didn't pull anything for running backs. We pulled, Saquon Barkley.
Nick Chubb.
And there was another one who's
Sony Michel, who's on IR.
Yeah, Sony Michel on IR. We pulled the mem card for Sony Michel, so we can't play that. Nick Chubb hopefully will be back. Lynn Bowden Jr., the Raiders rookie, who is now with Miami, is on the COVID list. So hopefully he will be cleared in time to play, but we really had no options. I mean, I could have put Saquon there, but we know he's on IR out for the year. So hopefully Lynn Bowden has the best chance to actually play. We'll see how that turns out.
We'll make it up on other areas.
Yes, because we got a lot of multipliers in this one. So wide receiver. Number 1, Brandon Ayuk. Red parallel ×2. I'm excited about that.
There's so many hurt players in San Francisco. He is a superstar that they're going to make.
Yeah, I think the game plan is going to rely heavily on them. And San Francisco's not good at changing their game plan. No matter, depending on the game script, they just kind of stick with it. So if they decide that they're going to go with Ayuk, he's going to get a lot of targets. And they are playing New Orleans. Last week was a bad example of New Orleans stopping people, but I don't think they're super great at stopping wide receivers. So Ayuk should have a good game. And then we pulled this crazy cool KJ Hamler auto, 15 out of 15. Nice bookend, really cool green. I'm not even sure what that parallel is called, but really cool card. KJ Hamler auto. So we're going to play KJ Hamler ×6. And hoping that he's been getting more and more involved. So even if he can score 10 fantasy points, should be a good play. At tight end, we've got Rob Gronkowski, red parallel. So Gronkowski ×2, and they are playing Carolina.
We're hoping it's a bounce back game for Tom Brady.
It would have to be. He couldn't.
I just think the Saints own him.
Yeah.
They're in his head.
Hopefully Carolina doesn't, and Gronk can get some points. He's been sort of involved. He only had 1 catch this week, but he only had 3 targets. But he's been having a lot more opportunities, so hopefully they'll get back into that, especially if they're winning. That seems to be when he does best. Our defensive player, we didn't pull a kicker, so we're playing a defensive player. We're playing Bobby Wagner, playing against the Rams. Bobby Wagner's just a good player, gets a lot of tackles, so we should be good there. And for our defense, we are playing our Jalen Johnson, red parallel. So we got Chicago's defense against Minnesota Monday night, ×2. Should be a good play there. And yeah, that is our lineup for week 10. I believe we're going against Derb's Sports Talk and Cards this week. So Derb's been on fire lately. He's got a couple wins under his belt now. So should be a good matchup. I'm confident in this lineup. You like this lineup?
I feel very confident in Lamar Jackson. I think he's going to have a good bounce back game here.
We've got 5 multipliers on players that should get, should get some opportunities. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think we can score 200 out of this. So hopefully that'll be enough for the win. But I think that will do it. Did we cover everything?
I believe so.
All right. So there you guys go. There's your week 9 recap and week 10 preview. So that's all for right now. Guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you on the next video.